Oh my gosh, guys.
Too. Yeah, we see you.
Yeah, we haven't even started the video and you've
already made yourself present.
Yeah, great. Hey,
we just watched Ghostbusters Afterlife.
It's so good.
It's not. It's actually bad.
Actually really bad.
But I loved it a lot.
It's one of those, it was so good.
Okay, hold on. Let me just, because I already know what I'm titling this video.
Okay,
I'm titling this video, Ghostbusters Afterlife was the worst theater experience of my life. And let me tell you why. Okay, it had nothing to do with the quality of the movie. It had to do with we got here really late and the only seats that were left in the theater
with the very front
row.
So the screen is like right here.
Oh, and there goes the camera. Pick it up. You're gonna have to just hold it with your hand.
Yeah.
Okay, so
the screen is like right here.
I'm gonna put a visual on the screen. If you've never been in the front row, it looks, instead of like the movie looking like this, I'm gonna put like a clip from the trailer or something. Instead of looking like this, it looks like this. And that is not pleasant to look at for the whole movie. It was like super like the most awkward angle of literally every shot in the movie. Every time there was a low shot, train tracks. Every time there was a low shot, the characters were just so wide. They looked like the wide Putin meme from like a year ago. Every character looked like that in this movie because we were so close to the screen.
By the way, spoilers for Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah, we're gonna spoil the crap out of this movie.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen it,
please go
get
watch
off
it.
This video.
Go watch it.
Get off of this video if you haven't seen it.
Watch it in the front seat. I think, I made multiple comments during the movie about how that's the worst possible way to view any movie, but I think actually for Ghostbusters Afterlife, it's the only acceptable way to watch the movie.
We were complaining about it a lot at the beginning, and we just ended up loving it more and more.
Much like, okay, that leads me to my first point. Best character in the movie, podcast. So good. Like, he brought the energy that he needed.
He gave. He just gave.
When he came came on the first time, I loathed him. He came on and he was like, he did that dumb, thing where the characters do in the movie where it's like the nerd character who like has a podcast and he's like, dude, I might call myself podcast.
Like the one that wants to be a reporter when he grows up,
and it's really lame, and I hate it in every movie he's in. And then the longer podcast was in the movie, the more I realized that he's actually incredible.
Also, we are driving, so.
Well, I'm driving, you're not.
Well, no, but like that's why I'm like this.
We had to get our raw reaction, like right out of the theater, like. As soon as I pulled out of the theater parking lot, we turned on the camera.
Oh, yeah.
It was crazy. This movie, there's so many thoughts running through my mind. The transcendent experience.
We came to this movie because I wanted to see it because Finn Wolfhard is
That was the only reason we went.
That's the only reason we went. And now I'm so glad we went.
I'm so glad we went just for podcast. Finn Wolfhard was the worst character in this movie, except maybe the mom.
I hated it. I actually didn't like Phoebe. She was like,
okay,
I'm a nerd. I'm not like other girls.
Here's the thing. If you know me, you know that my least favorite character in any movie is the one that's like the nerd is like, well, I'm not like other girls, and she's like reading a book in every scene she's in. There's a scene like right at the beginning of the movie where Phoebe was just chilling out and doing a Rubik's Cube, and that's the kind of stuff I hate in movies. When the main character is just like, you have to show that they're smart and they're different or whatever, so they just give them like a book or
and she made an Adam joke.
And she made an Adam joke right away. And then as the movie went on, I actually really liked her character also.
I didn't like her that much.
There was a really good scene, Barbara was in the bathroom for this, where they summon the big demon monster at the end, and then Phoebe goes up to it and is like, hey, what do you call a fish with no eyes? And the monster just kind of looks at her and she's like, fish. And that kind of got a chuckle out of me.
What was the one that was hilarious? The polar bear one?
The polar bear one was a genuinely good joke. It was
what do you call a dead polar bear? Whatever you want, it's dead. It can't hear you anymore.
Maybe it says something about our sense of humor that's the one that got a genuine laugh out of me. What was the grasshopper joke?
It was like a grasshopper walks into a bar and they say, hey, we have a drink named after you.
Yeah.
And they're like, you have a drink named Steve?
Yeah.
I went to the bathroom at the worst. There's no good time to go in the bathroom in this movie because it's so
packed.
Everything is so bad. It's so funny.
The pacing in this movie, it's all going. Every scene you're in, there's going to be something stupid and funny. This is weird to me. I'm older than Finn Wolfhard is supposed to be in this movie. He's like 18, I think. There was a point early on in the movie where he lied about his age and said he was 17, and I genuinely didn't know it was a lie until later in the movie when they said he was 15.
I think I did this word next time.
Like they say later in the movie he's 15 years old, and I honestly thought he was 17 the whole time. Like, it never crossed my mind that he was lying.
He goes, no, but he thought about it for a long time, and we were both like, why did he think about it for so long?
It didn't even cross my mind because
he looks 17.
Yeah, he looks older than 17. He looks like the person you would cast to play a 17-year-old, right?
Because he is like 17.
So I gotta bring up the parts where Finn Wolfhard is with his girlfriend and the diner dudes at the top of the mountain, right? Because that was probably the least compelling part of the movie for me. I honestly did not care about their little subplot throughout the whole thing because I just so much loved Podcast and also Paul Rudd's character. Paul Rudd and Podcast, they knew what they were doing in this movie. They brought the energy, they delivered.
Who plays Podcast?
I don't know. Yeah,
So-
look up who plays Podcast. Look up if he's been in anything else because seriously, this kid
He's
did not
amazing.
have to do so good in this
understood
movie.
the assignment. He's one of those characters like you hate.
I didn't like him at first just because of the stereotype, just because of the kind of character he was. We don't need both of those lights on, do we?
No, we do.
Logan Kim.
Logan Kim, is he in anything?
Was this his first job?
I doubt this was his first job. Was he in anything of note, I would know? Why are you changing the channel? We're not even listening to anything.
I'm just wondering what's on.
This is his first IMDb credit?
It looks like, yeah.
That's insane. This kid better get some more roles. I'm trying to think of all the times that I laughed so hard that I had to lean over and tell Barbara something.
When he jumped through the windshield.
When he jumped through the windshield at Walmart was one of them. Because I forgot that the windshield was broken from earlier in the movie.
Okay, we have to have a little bit of background on this.
Well, yeah.
So, Paul Rudd's windshield got broken when they let out a ghost because they decided it'd be a good idea to open the ghost
that
trap.
That was so stupid, by the way.
They saw a ghost kind of reach out
of it and
suck back in.
And then they're like, oh, let's let the ghost out of the trap.
Let's open it. And then it goes
What
flying
the heck,
and then it
right?
breaks all the windows on the buses, on the car, on his car.
They do
everything,
a massive
okay?
amount of property damage in this movie.
And we forgot. You have to be really good at remembering to remember this.
Also, we were so close
forgot.
to the screen that almost every scene was just disorienting.
Right.
Whenever the camera would move, I felt like I was
so
going to
confusing, right? Yeah. It was so confusing. And so he's running out of Walmart because he's getting chased by this demon.
Hold on, I don't think we've set the proper scope for how close we were to the screen. I could not at any point fit the entire screen in my field of vision, even peripheral.
Yeah.
We were so close to this freaking
terrible.
screen. Oh.
It was really weird. Anyways, you have to we couldn't think of anything. Maybe if we were farther away, we'd be like, oh yeah, and we would register these things. But we were so close, we couldn't register anything that was happening in the movie.
It was going so fast, it was so close, I couldn't process.
So we totally forgot that his windshield was broken and just.
So he just slides through the front windshield.
He just dives into his front windshield.
Oh, that was so funny.
The funniest part to me, now that I'm thinking about it, is that he drove them home in that car.
Yeah.
And they all and they just act like it was
Podcast stuck his head out the front windshield.
Yeah. When they were driving. No, Isaac. I'm talking about the whole family.
Oh, the whole family.
After they went back from prison.
Oh yeah.
And they all drove home in that car.
Oh my gosh, when they were in prison and Finn Wolfhard's girlfriend was there too, I thought that
I don't think they're dating. It's implied.
What is her name? I don't remember her name.
I don't know.
I don't know
right
any
here,
of the characters.
It's right here.
Oh yeah, it is. Oh man.
That movie was a wild ride.
Okay, another one that I was going to mention, when she's in the store towards the beginning of the movie, and the guy is talking about, they all keep bringing up the dirt farmer.
Yeah, the dirt
and
farmer.
the guy he bought some bizarre stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this town so much. I love everyone in this.
Yeah.
This town is amazing.
It's so great.
And
literally, when
they had that weird diner with the roller skates.
And the lady she's like, yeah, my dad died. And she goes, that sucks.
Yep, that sucks. Okay, bye.
And then she runs away.
And then she roller skates away. I love this town so much.
And they're talking about how their grandpa died or whatever in the cave, and Podcast goes, bummer, dude.
Yeah, bummer.
And we look at each other, we're like, cow bummer, dude.
Oh my gosh, I love that moment so much. I love Podcast so much. He's the best.
He's like the annoying comedic relief.
Except he stops being annoying after a while.
He's not annoying anymore.
And he becomes the highlight of the film.
Hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
And all of these serious
I cannot
parts,
get over how much I love this character.
I honestly don't even know if it was the movie or if it was the angle we were at that made it so funny.
It made it so funny. Well, because Podcast had some pretty good lines.
No, but a lot of things that weren't even supposed to be funny were funny.
Were funny, yeah.
I don't know if it was
mostly because everyone got wider the farther down they went, because of
there was a shot of Phoebe, and she was the camera was on the ground, and she looked so wide.
She looked like a freaking triangle.
And we were just like, oh my gosh, because it was the angle we were at.
We were looking up at the screen. We were reclined in our seats, and we still were looking up at the screen.
Yeah.
Why would anyone sit in those chairs unless they were late? Oh my
it's
goodness.
terrible. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow with a terrible neck.
Me too. Me too. I went in thinking this movie would be utter trash, and it wasn't like as a movie, it wasn't great. Like, the original Ghostbusters just kind of show up out of nowhere to save the day at the end.
Yeah.
But it was cute and I liked it, so shut up.
I honestly thought that this movie might be good, and then at the beginning, I was like, this movie actually sucks.
We got about 5 minutes. They made the fracking annoying joke.
Oh my gosh.
This is fracking annoying. And
Phoebe's like some scientist, right? And so she says something about, oh my gosh, look at the moon.
Yeah, the moon's, yeah.
Hold on, wait.
No, you
look at it. It looks cool.
Yeah, the moon looks pretty cool.
Okay. Anyways, she said something about like fracking or whatever with earthquakes. I don't even know. If you know stuff about earthquakes,
are caused by fracking or something.
Whatever.
And then the mom's like,
it's fracking annoying. That's what it is.
And we died. We laughed so hard, and I turned to Bar around. I'm like, okay, it's that kind of movie. I'm out of here.
And for the rest of the movie, we kept looking over at each other every time they said fracking or whatever. We're like, fracking annoying. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna say that all the time.
Fracking again. In other news,
this movie was just amazing.
The president answers major question about fracking. Fracking annoying. And then laugh track, and then you missed this part, but the demon ripped the guy in half vertically, like grabbed his head and just went, ripped him straight down the middle. It was hardcore.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
I missed that.
Yeah.
It didn't look good though.
Well, I mean, there wasn't like blood or anything. It's a PG-13 movie, but you know, it was a little shocking.
It looked like a piece of paper getting torn.
I mean, he's been dead for so many years, right?
They cut Thanos' head off in Endgame.
Yeah, but there was blood, and that was mostly off screen. They straight up like they showed this.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Maybe we'll see it a second time. Point is, Ghostbusters Afterlife surprised me. I didn't want to like this movie. I didn't think I would like this movie. I started off this movie really hating every character in the movie. Like, I didn't like Finn Wolfhard or McKenna Grace. I thought they were both really annoying at the beginning of the movie. Because they were both like the type of character that I hate. You know, she was
character development happened.
She was like the smart girl. The
nerdy, not like other girls.
That was her whole personality trait, was that she was a genius who doesn't have social skills or whatever.
She still didn't.
Finn Wolfhard, at the beginning of the movie, he's like, oh, no, it wasn't the fracking part that made me know what movie this was going to be. It was the part where he's like, not even a single bar? And the mom was like, oh, there better be a bar. I instantly was like, I hate this movie. I know what it's going to be.
He's like, can we go home?
But that was before they had Paul Rudd and podcast in this movie.
We didn't
even know
they
saving
existed.
graces of the movie.
Well, we knew Paul Rudd existed.
Well, we knew Paul Rudd was in the movie. I did not know there was a character named Podcast. And when they introduced him, I groaned so hard.
She's like,
oh my gosh, and at the end when Ray Stantz was his one subscriber, I died. I'm so happy for Podcast.
Right?
He deserves it.
He has one
subscriber on his podcast.
And it's literally the Ghostbuster himself, and he's like...
Okay, we gotta turn this off now because we're home. We literally recorded the whole way home from the movie theater.
Yeah, my arm kind of hurts.
But guys, go watch Ghostbusters. Anyway, good movie. Bad movie? Bad movie.
Bad movie, so bad
it's so funny.
It's so funny. And definitely sit in the front seat of
I feel like we need to make our point clear. Well, yeah, sit as close to the screen as you can. Look up at the movie. Podcast is genuinely good. I'm not riffing on Podcast.
No, he's amazing.
No, he seriously is like the highlight of the movie. Okay, we gotta go now.
Yeah, we do gotta go. Bye.